So, gonna hit some squats today. I've been doing some third world squats. If you check out my Instagram, you'll see today is the fourth day. So I've been doing 3 days of at least like a minute in the bottom of a squat position. So we're gonna see how today goes with squats. It's been a while since I've been able to put any weight on, so I'm gonna try to hit 135 at least. I'm gonna see how my knee feels. It feels all right today. Being in that bottom position, I think it's really like strengthening the cartilage and everything down there. So we're gonna see how it goes. I hope it goes well. I really want to start squatting again. I really miss it. So I'll go ahead and film all of that, do some pause deadlifts after, and we'll see what else. Alright guys, so I just wanted to show a little bit of the mobility that I've been doing lately. I sped up these clips because they were pretty long without any fast forwarding, but I basically follow Joe DeFranco's Limber 11. I do not all of them usually because it just takes so long, but I'll do a good amount of them. And I also throw in some other things that, if you check out my last mobility video from a few months ago, I still do some of those. So I start off with those twists you saw in the last one, turning my head, alternating with my legs. Then I do some rollover in the V-sits. I always do those basically. Now these are the frog stretch for the hips. It's so hard to do, and so I got to work on those. Then I do fire hydrants you see in here. I really do like these. These help open up the hip really dynamically. I really feel a good stretch in the hips when I do these. So I do about 10 in each direction with each leg, and I found that helps a lot, warming everything up. And then next, I don't do these too often. I forget what they're called, but it's to help stretch out the hip. I feel it does help stretch the hip out and the ankle a little bit, but I feel my hips being stretched better in the fire hydrants and the frog stretch. So I still do it sometimes though, every now and then. Now this is something that I've recently started doing, and it works tremendously well for ankle mobility. So I have part of that band underneath. You can see like one part of it's on my foot, then it goes underneath the actual step up thing right there, and then the other loop goes over my knee. So it pulls down, all the tension is pulling down on that knee, and it allows me to keep my heel down. You can see there I'm sort of oscillating to get different parts of the ankle that are tight. You can sort of sit back, or more like stand back as well, since the weight being put on is by the band. So I'm probably gonna have to go up with the band resistance because this is getting pretty easy. I have to push down into my knee as well, but I try to do that for about 2 minutes each side, so I can get the change in the soft tissue. And I really like it. It really helps a lot. So this, I need to work around with this one a little bit more. I didn't stay in this position too long. It was pulling up a lot. I probably should have put the bands a little farther down because it was pulling me up quite a bit. So, but this helps with the ankle mobility as well. You can sort of move around more when you have the band pulling you up, as opposed to what you'd be able to do just squatting down by yourself. And then I tried this out. I need to do some more research on this one. I have some impingement in my left ankle, so this is supposed to help, but yeah, didn't really do too much. It felt kind of weird, so I gotta do more research on that. So we're about to get into the squatting. Just me suiting up over here. So today I didn't go that heavy. I went heavier than I went heavy enough, I guess, for my knee. It's been about how many weeks? 4 weeks. 4 weeks since I decided to take a break from squatting because of my injury to my knee. So I know I have a few new subscribers, and if you're watching this, basically I've had knee surgery on my right knee. That was last year. It was an arthroscopic knee surgery, which means that they didn't cut it open, but they used a camera and some other tools to go in there and remove a bone spur, which was basically an extra piece of bone that was hanging off the lateral or the outside of my knee, and they cut it off. So before they cut it off, what would happen is I would get a lot of swelling after any activity, and more specifically basketball would cause a lot of swelling. So they took care of that, and after that I was fine. But it started to flare up again about 4 weeks ago. It swelled a lot after I did a pretty heavy set. You can watch the video. It's one of my journey videos, and in the title somewhere it should say last squat session for a while, I think. So after that point, I just took some time completely off, let it heal, and then I did some bodyweight stuff and blah blah blah. You can check all my progress documented in my channel. So as you saw, I warmed up with some 25s on each side, and things were feeling good. Everything was feeling really good from doing those third wheel squats I talked about. Just getting into the squat position so often every day, it made me sort of realize what position's best for me, and my ankles were more flexible, and everything just felt easy. So as opposed to how I used to squat before, you can check in my way earlier videos, my knees used to flare out a lot. Now, it's not bad to create that torque with your feet and have your knees, flare out, but I'm starting to feel that that's just not necessary. I'd rather keep my knees in line with my toes. I feel like that will help me in the long run with my knee. I feel like flaring out that much, pushing my knees out to the extent that I was with my feet closer in, it put a lot of stress on the particular part of my knee that I had the surgery on. So it feels good to keep it more in line. And so this is 155, and this felt good. I kept everything to about 5 reps, and I was just happy, that I could squat again. It was a really good feeling to put some sort of weight on the bar and just go at it a little bit. And so I ended with, I think I added 10 pounds onto that. So I think I did 1 or 2 sets of 165 for about 5 reps. And I will say now that, I think my knee's just getting used to it, but it swelled a little bit after, but it was nothing like before. So I'm just going to keep working up with it. And I went to the doctor actually, and he said that there's nothing apparently wrong. Now if it keeps bothering me, I can go get an MRI, but he took an x-ray and he felt around on the knee and said it's okay. So I actually this is over a week later, I actually hit another squat session, and I went up to 185, and everything is feeling good still a little bit of swelling, but it's pretty good. So I moved on to pause deadlifts here, and I swapped these out for stiff leg deadlifts, and I like them. I'm trying to work on keeping my back tight and everything, and just really working on the deadlift more. I really want to bring that up. My estimated max right now is about 405, and I'd like to get that even higher. I feel like I'm capable of deadlifting a good amount of weight, so I'm just going to keep focusing on that. And I picked up some tips. I don't show them exactly in this video, but I was having a long time of me debating how my form was. Now on the pause deadlifts, my form always looks, in my opinion, pretty good. But when I start to do regular deadlifts with heavier weight, I feel like my hips are probably too high. So I did a lot of research, and I think I finally know what to look for. So I'm like, from now on, I'm really focusing on making sure the bar starts in the middle of my foot. That's about an inch, maybe an inch and a half away from my shins. And then reach down and try to make sure that the bar is in line with my scapula or my rear delt. So, you know, a lot of people say make sure the bar is over your shoulders. And while you do want it over your shoulders, you sort of want it more focused on your rear delts, because that'll make, based on the leverages, that'll just make it the easiest. So you want to do that, and then you just want to get down. Basically, from that, grab the bar, get down, and you know, the closer your hips are to the bar, the easier the deadlift will be. So it's pretty simple in that way. Your hip height is basically predetermined by your leverages and your limb length. It's not really something that you can just change, I've realized. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. More coming soon. Thanks for watching. Deuces.